All right, let's look at the basics of course navigation. So when you very first log in, this is similar to what you should see. Your course is listed at the left, and I selected a course by clicking on it. If we go back up, we can see that I have my progress here. I haven't started the course. I wanted to do an intro here. There is an announcement here, and I would click view so I can read that full announcement from the teacher. Okay, but to go into the course, I'm going to click this launch course button. Now in a new window, my course should open up, and sometimes it takes a little longer than others. It just depends. And this is what you should see as your course loads. Okay, as I'm entering a course for the very first time, it starts in the syllabus. Notice on here, the first here says how it works, and it talks about navigating throughout the course. It also talks here about sequence control. Now what that means is your courses are locked so that you have to complete things in order, and that's for a reason. It's so that you don't try to move on to something you're not ready for yet. Okay. To navigate the course, once you've finished reading or doing the work on a page, you can click this arrow up in the right hand corner, and it will take you to the next thing, which takes us into Unit 1. Here's our index. Notice each unit is made up of 5 lessons, so our first unit is lessons 1 through 5. I continue. Okay, now it takes me into lesson 1 of Unit 1, and I can continue. It shows me what will happen in each activity. Okay, now notice now I have tabs on the side. So this lesson starts with key terms. It wants me to look in the glossary and then answer some questions. Notice I have tabs at the left here. This is the instructions tab. All of your instructions will be here. One very important thing is watch for these teacher notes. Sometimes your teachers add notes to the course with links to help videos or to their office hours, or just something a tip for that assignment. Okay, it will be on your instructions page. It will be this part down here that says from your teacher if they've added anything. Now notice if I try to carry forward, my screen is going white and I'm going to get an error message. Now that error message is going to notify me that I cannot continue forward because I haven't completed everything. Now notice it says to view the activity by clicking on the activity tab. So that lets me know I haven't done everything I was required to do before moving on to the next page. And you'll notice what I did not do were the activity tab here. So this opens up my glossary for this assignment. It could be a page of a textbook that opens here. It could be a video. It could be linked to a web quest. Whatever activity they're wanting you to do before completing the assignment. Now if I tried to navigate forward again, it would stop me again because I haven't done the assignment down here. These are workbook questions, and I'm just going to randomly select answers. You would not randomly select answers. Instead, you would go back if you need to. You can even have a split screen with the activity and the questions so that you can see them at the same time. You do that by clicking the blue button between them, and you can also unclick it and do one at a time. Okay. Now when you're done with that, you quick save, and it saves your answers because the workbook takes an entire lesson to complete. Okay, and we're only in activity 1 of 11, as you can see up here. Right now I've completed everything on that page, so I'm going to go ahead and click my right arrow to go to activity 2 of 11. Now notice again, from your teacher, this teacher's provided a help video. The instructions are here. We want to make sure we click on the activity tab, which this time doesn't have an activity. It just tells us to continue moving forward. And here we get more questions. So I would try to complete these to the best of my ability. Okay, so I went ahead and I tried to answer those questions. Again, I'm going to hit quick save. Now, if you're wondering, well, how do I know how I'm doing as I work my way through this workbook? So it's very important to know what these buttons in the bottom left-hand side will do. This is the review workbook button. And if you click on that, it will show you how you've done so far on your questions. So you can look here, 0%, that means I answered this one incorrectly, 100%, 100%. Now notice that just shows me on this page that I'm working on right now, the warm-up activity. I could even go back to the key terms activity and see how I did there. Even better, you can click and it will only show the ones that you got incorrect, so that you can go ahead and go back. Now you can't correct them from here, it won't let me select, but what I would do instead is then just go straight back to my workbook. Okay, so notice I missed this one. Notice this one I missed, but maybe I didn't follow the instructions very well. I needed a $sign and I didn't include a $sign. Okay, but I got all of these correct. Again, you can click to only show the ones you got incorrect. So if I knew I had that one incorrect, I would just close this out, go back to my workbook, and try again on that question. Now if you're stuck and unsure of why you're getting it wrong, I would ask my teacher. Send them a message in the message sender, send them an email, or contact them by phone. This is a math class, but it works the same for all courses. They are all designed exactly the same, so your navigation through them will be no different. So I went ahead and tried that one again just to see if I could get it right this time. Okay, I'm going to go back here to review my workbook button and see if I did any better, and yep, see, it's correct now, 100%. So I've corrected that, and now I have 100% on this page, and I'm going to continue forward. Workbook questions can be done as many times as you would like, unlimited number of attempts. So it's good to know how to use that review workbook so you can check as you're going along and know that you're understanding the material. I notice we have another button down here. This A+ is the gradebook button, and if you click on that, it will open the gradebook. And one thing that's frustrating for students when they very first start out is that they don't realize, well, I've started through this workbook, but I have no grades in my gradebook. The workbook grade will not show in your gradebook until you complete the entire thing. So I have to complete all of Lesson 1's workbook questions before that will show here. And when I do, it will have a grade right here. These yellow exclamation points, what they tell me is that these assignments are overdue. I should have turned them in already. You can still make those up for full points, but this is just to help you know how far you may be getting behind if you've started to fall behind. And if you wanted to look at them, say I wanted to look at workbook 1, I click on it and hit go to assignment, and it will open it right up for me. Notice I've answered these first ones already, but this is the page I'm on now. I have not yet answered these. Okay, so that is what your other tab is for. That is the gradebook, and this is review book workbook. Okay, and you would just continue on until you get to the end of your lesson.